Falling through.
We've got Fair Isle. All right, come on in, Herbie. Alex, Mandy.
Doesn't how much that phone's going.
Which I would like to address.
If you want to turn down his brightness, it'll last longer.
Yeah, it's true.
We're on
don't need to
George's
see it, do we?
boat.
Judy, do you have your phone handy?
This
Yes,
boat
I do.
doesn't
If you
belong
wanna
to any of
go
the
in
people
to
here.
the live chat,
We
and
just
then you
did
can
a
watch
charter with Sail with George.
Yeah.
And I should
So then,
have
do me a
definitely
second.
had the link to his website in the description of this video, but I did not. But it's sailwithgeorge.com. George is from Greece, and he decided to work with us in order to help promote his business. It's been a little rocky with COVID, and now he's kind of just hitting the ground running again. And I have to say, the experience on this boat and working with George, who's an awesome human, has just been incredible.
That's
Yeah.
fun.
There's 11 of us on this boat, and it felt like we all had our own space.
Wait,
Yeah.
So have it
And-
Everything
if you
worked
have it vertical, you can see your
perfectly. I mean,
Perfect.
5 toilets on this boat, and not a single toilet went down, did it, guys?
No.
That's incredible.
We managed to keep all toilets working and intact.
Yeah.
And we still have 3/4 of a tank of water.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
None of us showered ever.
No,
We shower.
That's a lie. We all showered.
Shower.
Using water.
What do you think we are, bums?
I am going to try to get Steve and Judy in the frame here. You guys will want
Oh,
to
Any
hello.
questions, guys?
Yeah.
We're kind of going off of the questions mostly.
All in class.
Yeah.
hello.
Jimbo Rides, thanks for joining our membership.
Looks like you froze, Michael. Looks like our feed is frozen.
That's all right.
Oh, there we go. Picture board.
I'm on the Marina Wi-Fi, so that's
Just
probably
going to point
why.
it down a little bit.
We're almost ready to get
I've
started,
got
you
these guys in.
While you're
Oh,
there,
that's not Marina, but this is.
Yeah.
if you want to lower your brightness as far as you can,
Okay, that's
lower
good.
your
Yeah,
lights
yeah,
as
yeah.
low as possible.
We're almost ready to get started. Just waiting on a couple
Yeah.
people to come join us on the
Scroll down
couch.
to the bottom, or
So I had a quick question here from Stuart Taylor.
It's usually
He
there.
says we all came from the U.S. for a sailing holiday.
Yeah.
Not necessarily. We have, 3 channels
But
from
here,
the U.S.
The corner.
And it was more of
and then just all the way
kind of a
down.
business,
Yeah.
I mean,
And then
retreat
there it's-
almost is what I felt
it
like.
should be good.
Because
Yeah.
all the YouTube
Okay.
channels,
Just
we
trying to
came
get it
together
so we
share
can
the
put them
creativity
layering.
and the sailing passion, and that's essentially what we've been doing for the week. Organized mostly by the Ocean Cruisers podcast.
is that it?
Andy, which I don't know if he's around here,
Don't see him.
but it was a
He hasn't
chance for us
got
to kind of do like-minded for for the channels and for creativity and coming together for that.
You want to mute this all the way?
And it's also really cool to hang out with people who are doing the same things you're doing.
Right?
So that was a
Like-minded.
great experience.
Not only sailors, but also YouTubers.
Right.
Like it makes it's like this huge thing to have in common, to be sailors, but also YouTubers, because we're all running around with our giant cameras and we're all filming everything, and it's pretty funny, probably to see from the outside.
Yeah.
But it's fun for us to
Yeah.
collaborate, and I mean, everybody has like a different kind of niche or thing that they're good at, so we're all kind of sharing ideas and gaining a lot from one another, which is
Yeah.
so fun.
Bums on a
Hey,
boat are gonna
Alex
be.
is coming on through.
Yeah.
And also, it's been a great learning experience. Like everyone's got something else to offer, and it's been so cool.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, we're
Alright.
all very different.
Shall we get started?
Yeah.
Okay, so hi everybody from 5 different YouTube channels. Hello. We're all here on SV Ithaca. It is an Ocean Star 56.
Yes.
None of us own this boat. This boat is actually a charter yacht. And come on in, Judy. Come into the frame a little
Oh
more.
yes, hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
So what we're going to do is actually
Steve.
take a second to introduce all of the channels here. Give each channel a little introduction, and hopefully by the end of this live chat, you guys will have 4 more channels
Clamp
that you're
lower.
subscribed to and following,
Clamp.
because everybody here on this boat has an amazing story. Everybody here is a sailor, and most of us live aboard, and those that don't are just avid and passionate sailors. So there's so much awesomeness happening right here in one room. It's crazy and chaotic and awesome. So the first thing we're going to do is introduce, let's start here with Alex, or should we wait for Mandy?
No, she's
Okay.
gonna be gone.
Okay. So go ahead and give your channel a quick introduction.
Alright, I'm Alex from See the Little Things. I'm on a boat in the Canary Islands right now with Mandy and our newborn son, Leafy. You won't see him in the videos yet because we're gonna catch up soon. But our goal is to cross the Atlantic this year with our child and with Andy, who you've probably seen on our videos if you watch us.
And where are you guys from?
I'm from Berlin and Mandy's from Holland.
So they're representing kind of a different part of the world here,
Yeah.
which is really cool to have them aboard. And let's go down to bums. Woo, woo.
What's up? Bums on a boat here. If you tune into our channel, we're sailing to Bermuda, and our boat.
Correction, we're racing to Bermuda.
Correct. And our boat is hauled out in Grenada, so we are planning on getting back to our boat and doing some boat work before splashing.
Yeah.
And
So
then what?
we've after the splash, we're gonna be cruising the Eastern Caribbean.
Hopefully running in to see the little things.
Yeah, so they're headed over and headed for Martinique, and we're headed for Martinique somewhere along the line. So if we can hook up, that'll be totally awesome.
And what
Or-
kind of boat do you guys have?
Ooh, we've got a Carter 33. Her name is Jacques Mate, and she was built in 1974.
Built in Greece. And so our Hail
Right.
Mary, we actually want to sail our boat to Greece here where we just cruised around.
Which is one of the reasons why this trip has been so incredible for us, because it's definitely made us want to come back here and spend a lot more time.
And you guys have another crew member that's not with us.
Yes.
We do. Little Lola.
Our dear sweet little puppy.
We had to leave her behind in Florida.
Yep.
But we're going to be reunited soon, and we're going to fly with Lola back to our boat in Grenada.
Yep.
And
Awesome.
Time to get
All
down
right.
and dirty in the boatyard.
And also, after this live video ends, you guys have a little premiere coming out, yes?
That's correct,
Ooh,
yes.
thanks
How
for
to
the
ruin
reminder.
a $20,000 sail.
Yep.
That we got off to a hot start on a race to
Yeah.
Bermuda. And
Definitely stick around after the feed, because that's a pretty intense video, and we're going to premiere it here right with you guys.
All right, thanks guys. Let's head over to Fair Isle.
Hello, well, we're sailing Fair Isle. I'm Judy,
And I'm Steve,
and we have a 48T Hans Christian.
and we are now on our way to Turkey for the winter. We had 3 months now in Greece, coming down
Yep.
from Venice. If you watch us, we overwintered in Venice last year, which was absolutely incredible. Really loved that experience. I mean, it's fairly empty. It's a very different Venice experience from normal because the COVID had emptied the whole place, so we basically had Venice to ourselves. It was amazing. So we've been down through Croatia, Montenegro, all the way around Greece because the canal is closed at the moment, the Corinth Canal. And yeah, the final leg we'll do as soon as we say goodbye to these guys and get ourselves over to Çeşme in Turkey, which we're looking forward to.
I mean, we're supposed to be there now, but of course, who could turn down the opportunity to have this week?
We're so grateful that you guys kind of came and buddy boated with us, which has been
Yeah, it's
really
great.
cool because there have been a couple moments where we were supposed to meet up and we were
And
like
then-
a
and
little
the
bit
singing
behind,
and
like
yeah.
we were just kind of like quite missing each other, and so it's been surreal seeing and hanging out with these guys on their
and getting the boat
incredible
tour.
boat,
We all
yeah.
got a nice boat tour.
Yeah,
out
oh
here.
my
They
God.
have an
Gorgeous.
amazing boat. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're going to like it.
It's incredible.
Yeah, if you
Now let's head over to Josh Post.
Okay, yes, I'm Josh Post, and I have my boat currently in California at 1965 Choi Lee, 35-foot sailboat. And I did a lot of sailing on the East Coast from Annapolis to the Bahamas, and that's where I've done a lot of my videos that some of you may be familiar with. And right now I'm doing a lot of DIY fix-up my boat in California, and there's some exciting stuff to come. When I do some sailing to Catalina and different trips that I've gone on recently for some sailing content. But super excited to be here today with everybody on this boat because it's just been an incredible week. And it's it's life-changing, to be honest with you. We really learned a lot from each other, built lifetime friendships, so it's really cool to be here. Let me know if you guys have any questions, by the way, and we'll answer them.
Yeah, awesome. That's great.
Yeah, we will.
And then I think lastly we've got us.
Oh yeah.
So we are Maddie and Herbie of the channel Rigging Doctor. We sail a 45-foot Morgan from 1968. She's a bit of a classic. And we've been, recently we crossed back from we've done 2 Atlantic crossings, spent some time here in the Med, but did not get this far. So it's really been awesome and a dream come true to actually be sailing in Greece. And let's see, what else?
Well, stuff that makes us special is we have synthetic rigging and an electric motor.
Yeah,
We're doubly crazy.
we're super crazy.
They're the purists.
Our
Yeah.
channel is a lot of how-to stuff and also a lot of vlog stuff. So we be
And you've done the Atlantic crossing, which we haven't yet.
We've done the Atlantic
So
crossing,
twice.
yeah, and we've got 2 guys here who are about to do the Atlantic crossing, so it's
At some
Well,
point.
at some
Yeah.
point.
They're-
It's in the
they're coming,
future.
yes,
Yeah,
eventually.
yeah.
Cool, let's see the little things go first.
They'll
Yeah.
warm
yeah,
it
we'll
up
check
for
it
you.
out for you.
Yeah.
Can let you know.
Make
if
sure
there's
it's still
something.
there.
Yeah.
Tell you the water's not too cold. What to expect.
So there we have it, guys. What we're gonna do, the format of this, we're just gonna kind of ask you guys to ask questions. We've got 5 separate feeds going right now. So we've got the people who are on each channel kind of watching, and if we can go around and answer questions from the people in each of our feeds, I think the questions can be posed to individual channels. They can be posed to everybody, just specify. And if anybody's got a...
I've got a question.
There you go.
Yeah.
That was posed to everyone right off the bat, and I don't remember who it was. I'm sorry, it was a little earlier on, but one of our followers wants to know who, after this experience, wants to get on a bigger boat.
Ooh.
Anyone?
Yeah.
Anyone?
I love our boat right now.
Yeah. Big boats are a lot of work.
That's the
Lot
thing.
of pressure.
There's always a trade-off, you know. And with a small boat, it's smaller fees, it's fewer things to fix. So I think a lot of us who are kind of just getting going are really comfortable with what we have. And I'm pretty sure Fair Isle has their dream boat currently.
Yes.
We have no
I
plans
think
to
we-
change.
Yeah.
But I
We've
will
kind of
say a
made
couple
that
of things
choice.
about the bigger boat. It's much more stable and comfortable. I mean, as far as
That's
when you
so
hit bigger
true.
waves and everything, you're really stable on this large boat. It's a 56-foot boat, very
Yeah.
heavy. I think they said it was 24 tons.
Yeah.
But this
Yeah.
salon area is huge.
Massive.
I mean,
Oh
we're
my gosh.
is it at least 14 feet probably wide or something?
Yeah.
Maybe.
At least, yeah.
Yeah, or more.
On the
Yeah.
inside, and then
It's very
huge.
comfortable inside.
yeah.
Yeah, but I would say, I think it would be really hard to, we're all in couples, kind of.
Oh yeah.
And so, I mean, what's been awesome about being on this boat is you get to have incredible teamwork and communication, and it's
Yeah.
just sailed so flawlessly with 11 crew members.
Yeah, no, that's all the difference.
But I don't think I would want to go any bigger with just the 2 of us.
Oh no, I wouldn't want this size with 2 of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alex?
Honestly, the one thing that surprised me is how hard you have to winch to Genoa.
Yes.
I mean, you have one electric winch and you can just
Yeah.
feed the line and you're fine with this, when you get the main out and stuff. But if I had to imagine in the Med where you do sail changes so often, just to hand winch a 56-footer.
But that's because it's a
Yes.
sloop. You see, ours is actually longer than this overall. Ours is 57 feet,
Yeah.
but it's a cutter.
Yeah.
So you've divided the foresails up between the Yankee and the staysail.
Yeah.
And we have no problem at all. We haven't got an electric winch.
You just have to do twice the work.
And it's just 2 of us. But yeah, it's fine. I mean, it's really, you can handle it. There's ways around it. I mean, this boat is great for what it is because it's supposed to have lots of crew. It's
Yeah.
done for this. But you couldn't live on this boat. There's no storage, is there?
Right. No, we've all talked about
It's
that.
not outfitted for cruising.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we love we have a 33-foot boat, and it's just so easy to pull the lines. I just love it. It feels
Also
almost
anchoring.
like a toy.
Oh yeah.
Anchoring, yeah.
Everything
Yeah.
is just easier.
It's just anchoring a small boat. We wouldn't even bother finding a spot easily. And with this one,
It's-
first of all, we didn't know it, so
Yeah.
we were kind of careful and took more space and more chain. But
Mhm.
if I'd imagine, we would just pull up and drop and we'd be set, you know.
We
And
stayed
with
really
this
far away
one-
from the coastlines this time. We
Yeah.
normally go in really close.
Yeah.
So we were like hundreds of meters out.
Yeah, it's a different game.
Yeah, we noticed that we all sail this boat differently than we would sail our own boat, and it was kind of
That's
funny.
true,
like
yeah.
Yeah.
we were all doing things totally different
For sure.
than we would do on our own boats.
Yeah.
And we've been here for a week. We've been all of us here for a whole week. So we've really gotten to know the boat, and it's such a cool opportunity because most of us, we were talking and it was like most of us have only sailed a couple other boats other than our own.
Yeah.
So it's a really cool opportunity for all of us to experience a totally different boat for a long length of time.
And for us, a totally different class. This is a fin keel. We're used to full keels, and sloop instead of a cutter. It was a very big change for us.
Yeah.
And it has a bow thruster, which I forgot to use all the time. All the maneuvering, I'm used to just prop walking a rudder, and I forgot to use the bow thruster.
Herbie was very sad about that. When we
Yeah.
just tied up, he was like, "Oh no, I forgot to use a bow thruster."
Yeah, when we first got the boat, I'm like, ooh, a bow thruster. I'm gonna get to try this out. And I never used it.
It was a quick question for Josh from Uncle Mary. What part of California is your boat in?
Newport Beach, California. Yeah.
Yeah,
we've
that's
got
a patron of ours. He's in California.
Oh, cool.
We've got
Let's
a
meet
quick
up.
question here.
Yeah, he's the man.
Judy's got a question.
We've got a quick question from Homo Barros, one of our patrons, to you guys. What is the Atlantic crossing from west to east like?
So we did it a little differently for each shredded wheat. No, we didn't.
Yeah.
We
West to
went
East,
from
Europe to. Oh no, my bad.
No.
U.S. to Europe. Yes.
US to
Sorry.
Europe. It was actually, it was that was the easier of the two for us because we did the second one a different way.
Yeah, we did it the wrong time into a wrong destination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we went from Florida to Bermuda and Bermuda to the Azores and the Azores to mainland Portugal. And the hardest part was actually Azores to Portugal. Because of our lack of motor, lack of diesel, we did have to ride up the high and go around and think about currents and everything like that. But the crossing from Bermuda to the Azores was great.
That was awesome. Like we
Yeah.
played cards. It was beautiful.
We
I
had
loved
4 days of being completely becalmed, which was a nice respite for us actually.
Yeah.
And we saw lots of wildlife.
And you get to go to the Azores. I mean,
Yeah.
that's one of the
That's
best
the
places
best
to
part.
go.
The best
Yeah,
place
we
that we've
definitely
been.
wanna
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the way back, normally people go like Cape Verde to St. Lucia or Canaries to St. Lucia, and it's easy. But we wanted to go down to Suriname in South America, and we went during hurricane season, so we had to go like really far south, and it was tricky.
It was really, the weather, just all the navigating was really tricky. Luckily, Herbie did all of it.
Yay!
But you did it again because you're trying to do things the old-fashioned way.
Oh, yeah.
With a sextant and paper charts.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
we just pile more trouble onto the list. Yeah, just extra challenge.
Yeah.
But it was fun. Yeah.
Quick question, I think everybody could jump in on this one. Somebody asked, how did this trip come about and how long ago did we plan the trip? I'll start off so the real organizer of this is a guy named Andy from the Ocean Cruisers podcast, who is actually working on some stuff in the cockpit, so you can't see him right now.
Quick plug, he has a YouTube channel where he's posted all of our interviews, and you should definitely check that out because he's an amazing interviewer.
And he's got Lynn Pardy coming up as an interview.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So he's the one who kind of had this just brainstorm idea. He's like, I know several other channels that I've talked to that I want to connect with and have really a collaboration of like-minded people. So he contacted a local Greece charter company called Sail with George. George is actually, I think, out there on the cockpit as well. And then he put it together, and we all flew over here, and we literally met for the first time, most of us, last Saturday. Yeah, last Saturday we got on the boat. Anybody else want to add anything?
Yeah, I mean, how we got pulled into all this, or included in this, was when we were sailing through Puerto Rico. We were heading east, and Herbie and Maddie from Rigging Doctor were heading west. And a patron of ours named Cheers Warren
And Jerry Titus.
and Jerry Titus, he said, "Hey, you guys are about to cross. You guys, I love your channels. You should meet up." So we did meet them in Puerto Rico, and then we went our separate ways. And Herbie and Maddie called.
Well, they
us
said,
and
hey, we're gonna do this thing where we go do a free charter in Greece in October. Would you guys want to go? And we're like, well, yeah, of course. But what's the catch? It
sounded a little too good to be true.
Too good to be true. But as the weeks went by and we got hooked up with Andy, and then we did a podcast with him, got to know him, we all actually got together and did a Zoom call to kind of talk things over. And it wasn't too good to be true. It was just one of those things that's absolutely amazing, and it is what it seems. And here we are, and I can't believe it. But end of the story is actually thanks to you guys that we are here right now.
And Andy actually joined Alex and me on our crossing to the Canary Islands, and I think shortly after that he started with the podcast because he was a bit excited about how we filmed and what we did, and wanted to get to know more about other YouTube channels. And Andy is a very creative guy that finds ways to get the things that he wants. So
Yeah, and he's very he knows how to speak to people, how to talk, how to ask the right questions, and how to get involved and make things happen. So it's basically because of him. He invited us to his beach house when we were in Spain, just to have a few nights. And then we got to know each other. We put him we took him on as crew to the Canary Islands, and that's when this idea of the podcast started, and then the idea of getting channels together just to charter a boat in Greece. Then that happened. I think we should get him on there later. because he has.
Yeah.
We'll just bring him down here for
Yeah.
sure
Yeah.
before we're in. Yeah.
He's such a cool guy.
Andy made it all happen for
Yeah.
us.
Very good.
Those videos of your guys' are amazing too. So if you haven't seen their crossing to the Canary Islands, where you're going like 12 knots,
Yeah,
like
it was
surfing down
insanity.
waves.
On
Like,
36 foot, 12 knots, it's like,
yeah,
the boat's almost, it's at its limit.
insane
It was
videos.
fun.
Yeah,
Feel
we
free
thought
to
we'd
check
take
them
like
out.
5 days. We estimated more than 5 days. We took 4 days and 1 hour.
Yeah.
It was insane.
That was good.
That's awesome.
We just got a quick question. Who's the fellow in the yellow shirt? You might have missed his introduction.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, he's Alex from See the Little Things, and his beautiful partner Mandy is over here, but out of our frame.
Do you want me to adjust it a little bit?
Scoot in.
So,
Hi.
I'm gonna shake the
She
fit
doesn't
right
mind it.
there.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
She can go over there.
There's room over here.
It's out of our stream.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, it's a trade-off. It's a small boat, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, we have a question. Oh, do you have questions?
No, go ahead.
People are asking, how's life on a boat with a baby and a toddler? And how did Levi do?
He was actually doing really good.
Yeah.
He's been, I think he did quite good. I don't know about you guys. I think you didn't have sleepless nights because of him.
He was a
Oh,
champ.
yeah.
Yeah.
Adorable.
He was great.
Yeah, especially when we had our roughest sail, he just slept straight through it every
yeah.
time.
Mm.
Like
Yeah.
we had a sail from the northern Cyclades down to Naxos.
Yeah.
From where did we start? From Delos to Naxos.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, it's a downwind sail. We're just gonna sleigh ride the Meltemi. And I did not expect that the waves gonna come from the sides of the islands.
It was pretty
And
heavy.
it was a pretty hefty ride for what I experienced.
Yeah.
Apparently for Fair Isle it was a breeze. But yeah, it was pretty rocky and he just slept through it. That was good. So
He's
we're
been doing
set
good.
for our own adventures, I think.
Yeah. So that is your mind then for the Atlantic crossing, because that's coming up, isn't it? Between
Yeah.
your first.
Well, let's see, because our boat's a lot smaller than this, so
Yeah.
when he gets fuzzy, I get to, pace around the room.
Yeah.
But we don't have a lot of room to pace, so
It
let's
was a
see how
good
that goes.
test. So yeah,
It's a
it
good
was
test.
amazing because we didn't have to steer the boat
Oh, that too.
and take care of a child,
Yeah,
so we could take shifts and they were great captains.
And everybody was
So-
always happy to pitch in and hold him for a bit. So we
Who
did
wouldn't,
stuff.
who wouldn't
wouldn't.
want to?
Yeah,
In fact,
he's
someone's
so
commented
cute.
on our channel that he'll be the best sailor ever by osmosis.
Yeah.
I love that.
Absolutely.
You guys got any
Oh,
questions?
so we have a question here from our friend Patrick. He says, so how's the sailing around the Med? A lot of motoring, question mark. And that is actually a great question because it's actually exceeded our expectations. I think we've
Yeah.
had unusual weather here in the Med.
Breeze, yeah,
Yeah.
plenty of wind.
I think we got really lucky, and I can't speak for you guys, but our previous time in the Med was horrendous,
Yep.
and so this has been a wonderful surprise. We've actually been able to get sails up, and
Well, we
Yeah.
sailed from where was it?
Here.
From What's
The
the route?
Mykonos. We
Mykonos.
sailed from Mykonos. We sailed off anchor at Mykonos, and then sailed onto anchor in Delos. Like no motor at all. And like
it was
we've
very
had like
exciting. Like
yeah,
we've
we've-
never
It's a
done
nice
that.
sail.
yeah, we've been
Yeah,
able to
yeah.
like use the sails a lot more here than I expected. I thought it was gonna be like storm and we hide in a cove, and then motor to the next place and no wind at all.
We got extremely lucky.
It was a good
yeah,
week.
Yeah.
Also, because today the winds were perfect to get back up,
Yes.
which normally does
Yeah.
not happen.
Yeah.
So
We got so lucky
a lot of luck was
on every
involved.
passage. It's
And
great.
quick addition to that, just to answer one of my questions, where in Greece did we visit? So we started off in the island of Syros, then we went to Mykonos, then we hit up
Delos.
Delos,
Delos.
which has an ancient city, really cool.
Yeah.
Then we went down to
Naxos?
Naxos, Naxos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then last night we were at
Where's the
Paros,
one with an R?
Paros, and we had a beautiful anchorage
Yeah,
there.
it's the one next
And
to
now
the
back
rest of
to
the anchor point for
Syros
that
one.
today, and then tomorrow morning we all leave the boat.
Guys, I have a question regarding the route. It's not from the comments, it's from me. Did you expect, like we planned this months, we had a WhatsApp group and we talked for a while, and we were making plans, like passage plans. And in the end we said, well, it all depends on the weather.
It does.
Did you expect this distance, like this mileage, or did you expect less or more?
that's a good
Oh.
question.
Because we wanted to go to Santorini, which
Like
is
every-
Yeah.
kind of Well,
We realized if we went to Santorini, it would literally just be go to Santorini and come back.
Yeah, nothing else.
So,
Yeah,
but
because we saw you guys passage planning and we sailed here before. And
yeah,
we know the winds and we're like, this is definitely not
There's
happening.
no
This
way.
Yeah.
is so much. It's
Yeah.
gonna be
Yeah.
just
So
you
my-
know sailing day and night, and it's gonna be very hard. It's
Yeah.
gonna be a
You've been,
small
you've been
round.
very lucky though
Yeah.
with this week because
Yeah.
for 2 weeks previously I've been sat, with 30, 35 knot winds.
you were set on anchor, couldn't
Yeah.
do anything.
Couldn't do anything.
Exactly.
Just the bottom of Mykonos, just
Welcome.
backwards and forwards.
And I would say it met my expectation of we're gonna have our plan, and then the day that we set out, it's just gonna totally change.
Yeah.
And that's what I expected, and that's what
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much what I thought we'd do. We'd go where the wind took us.
Yeah.
That's what
Because
happened.
there's so
yeah.
many
Great way to do
islands,
it.
and
Yeah.
all of them have something to offer. They're all beautiful. So I think
Yeah.
we've done quite well.
So for passage planning, all I did was look up the altitudes of each island's elevation and figure out the wind shadow from that one, so I could see like if we need to get somewhere, how close do we need to get before we get protection. And I just looked up in a ring around Syros. And that was it. I figured we'd get here and just go with the flow and see where we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
something is okay.
There's a
Well,
question.
I got a good question from
Okay.
Barry O'Neill.
Great.
Asked who was the captain of the charter. So, this was actually the first time that George let his boat go out without a hired captain. And when we all got on the boat, we all appointed Herbie to be the
To bear the
to
responsibility.
do the captain, but there was no technical captain. George just let us take his boat out. A bunch of YouTube sailors and trusted us. And hey, we're back. We're safe. We did med mooring today. Herbie has never done med mooring. It's where you drop an anchor, back up to the dock, and then throw lines. And I'd say he got an A+.
Yeah, I didn't hit
Yes,
anything.
very good.
That's right there.
Yeah.
He had good instruction from Alex and Mandy, who have cruised the med and done that a lot. And so is Andy, the organizer, who's
Yeah.
in the cockpit right now.
So we actually had a great question from one of our patrons. It's a question for all of us that I would love if we could all go around and answer it. MV Conundrum said, when you discuss producing videos, were there a lot of similarities, or do you all approach content creation differently? And we all definitely approach it differently, but maybe if we could each just say something about how we do approach it, I think that would be cool.
Start with Josh.
Well, this is a question about how we make videos. Mine is probably more done in the editing process. I guess it's like everybody, but I get a bunch of footage and I kind of have an idea of what I want to show for like that day or those couple of days. But then I really put a spin on it, if you will, in the editing process, whether I want to put a little philosophy at the beginning or how I want to show that piece of the travels. And that's where it really comes together in the editing. And sometimes it's like 30 hours of editing or something crazy just to get a 15-minute video going. Yeah.
It does take time.
I think
Yeah.
I think there are different kinds of videos. Like when you consciously film something and explain something, so like do educational or information content. But like if you do a Canary crossing, it's pretty obvious that you're just gonna film the crossing and then edit it together. But I think what's special about this week is that everybody filmed and everybody had conversations and it was very candid and we just like
Yeah.
snuck up on each other and filmed each other, so it's kind of a different style.
Yeah.
And also the great thing about editing this is going to be we're gonna find so many stories that we could edit the same footage and just tell completely different things.
Definitely.
Like focus on
Yeah.
the what Greece itself, focus on sailboats, focus on the people. And we'd use the same footage and fool you guys that we've done a big job, but basically we just filmed 7 days and we can make like tons of videos and tell you loads of stories because of this.
Yeah.
I think that's
What
the
do you
best.
find?
That's
You're
a
talking
great
about the two different types of videos, doing your technical type ones and your episodes. What do you find easier to do?
Ooh, I think when you script a video and like you talk it out and you consciously film, it's way easier to find a story and to put it together afterwards.
It's so much easier to edit, especially.
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
now we
It's
just
funny.
started
I find the
filming
opposite.
Yeah.
and now
Yeah.
finding a story and like creating something around it other than, oh, we just lifted anchor and we dropped anchor. I think that's way more challenging but also way more fun because you get a lot more creative than
Yeah.
just pointing the camera at things.
I see. I thought you'd say the opposite because you put quite a lot into your edits and to make them quite special in the episodes, and the technical ones are more straightforward
Yeah.
normally, aren't they? But there's more sort of pre-planning to that. But you find them difficult to do, do you? The technical ones.
I find them easier to do.
Easier,
I find
yeah,
them
easier,
easier.
that's
But
what
I find it
yeah.
like I like the challenge of just shooting great footage and then finding something special about it and talk about that. How about you?
We approach it a little differently. We do have definitely two types of videos on our channel. We have the technical ones that are extremely different from the vlog ones. And actually, Herbie edits the technical ones and I edit the vlog ones. So we end up, for me, it's we just film absolutely everything we do, and the story kind of makes itself. I kind of film it so that I put in it kind of, they start and end organically, and there is a story in each episode and there is like a climax, but it's just a linear kind of look at our lives.
Yeah, but also it's important that you film it in a way that you know an episode could be made from it. So I do a lot of the filming, so it's like you need the morning shots, the afternoon shots, like all the different things to piece it together.
Yeah, and we usually end at night.
Yeah. And then for the technical ones, I find those easier because you plan out what you're gonna do, what shots you need, and you go with it. So you already know what it is in your mind. You just need to get the footage so that you can put it into the editing software.
Yeah, a lot of times Herbie actually will set up an entire studio on the boat with like lights and everything, and he's got like 3 cameras on his hands, because our technical videos are, a lot of them are splicing and
rope stuff.
Yeah. So it's like a really intense process, whereas the vlog ones are more just like capturing moments as they come.
And I think you're the only ones who don't edit on computers.
Yeah, we edit. I do all of our editing on the iPad, which is
really
you are
impressive.
I edit
Unheard
technical
of.
videos on an iPhone.
Yeah.
Even more impressive.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Well, our style is slightly different because our background is as television journalists, so we're used to making more documentary style films. So that's what we do with our vlogs. So it's about our life, obviously, on board Fairline. But it's where we travel, where we go, and we like to speak to people as we carry on with our travels.
But we do it as we go along, so we do it fortnightly, not weekly. I don't know how these guys manage to do it weekly.
No, they're
It's
amazing.
still-
Totally amazing.
So we
Which
do
is
it
every
fortnightly.
2 weeks for some of you that don't know what fortnightly
Yeah,
means.
yeah.
He assumes that we all know what fortnightly means. I figured it out, but some of you might know.
So yeah, basically what you're seeing on every episode is what's happened in the last 2 weeks. So we do it as we go along, and we edit as we go along. It usually ends up with a whole day, couple of days editing, just up to the deadline to then get that piece out. And yeah, we try and tell as much of a story of that week as we possibly can. Include as much, include lots of sailing, include places that we go. Talk to people, so it's not just about us. We find interesting people. We find other people more interesting than us. I'm sure the viewers.
Most of them have boats, actually. That seems to be the
So
common
yeah,
thread.
we interview other people, talk to other people. So yeah, there's a lot of that. So we get the rough cut done. Judy then goes through and messes up my edit and I have to read it. No, she gets the
It's
story.
a production
as
process.
It is, yeah.
And then Steve does technical videos, and again, as we go, we try and put out.
I find them easier to edit because there's not so much stuff that goes in. There's a lot of production value that goes into an episode, but not into that. But they take a lot of time. I mean, I've got anchor videos and stuff that I work on for 9 months to gather the
gather
the
material,
footage and stuff
yeah.
and different things. I've done 2 now, so anchoring 101 and which anchor, and I'm doing another one. But they take a whole season to do.
Yeah, and what I really like about you guys is like, especially Steve told us so many like details about rocks and roofs and constructions, and it's like really nice information. Like we said
Me and
before,
Herbie
we
are
were
competing for the geeky.
Yeah.
Which is quite something when we've
That's
got
a close
competition.
yeah, whereas we just go through a city and say like, oh, it looks cool. And then Steve has a very nice view on everything.
And he knows why, you know?
Yeah,
Right,
Because
right.
this is a special limestone made from the Venetian.
And also Maddie is really into history.
Yeah, I like to provide a little cultural information every time we go somewhere. I always do my research beforehand.
Oh,
So.
What about you guys?
Yeah, we haven't heard.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I mean, I think our value is the story. We've really tracked the story from day one, and our episodes have really done a good job of tracking it every step of the way up until where we're at. And we had an interesting route to get here, and we've learned a lot from everybody here. But we're not the experts or professionals at really sailing or filming, but we are learning a lot in the last 5 years. We have learned a lot, but we started the channel with very little sailing experience and very little filming and editing experience.
And a philosophy of if you just do crazy stuff,
people will be interested.
People will be interested.
So our thing is just like we do pretty crazy things, and
Yeah.
we have to get to this point, and we're growing, and you see the growth process in our videos.
And we're still true to those roots because we do things all the time that, we're not qualified to do. Maybe like
jump
working
off
on
a
the
Technically.
ladder.
But like
Yeah,
a good
yeah.
example of like
Yes.
what we do is like I've learned so much from everyone here. Alex is really into the photography and filming, and I took so many notes. And Herbie is like all about information, and he consumes information, and he's always just sharing information, and I'm inspired to do that. So these are all things that we're going to start doing. So if you watch our channel, and I can keep going and going, but just if you watch our channel, you'll see that we kind of are always changing and
Yeah.
growing, and
Because that's
It
really a
works
huge
for us.
part of our philosophy as well, is that we want to change, we want to improve, and we want to grow. So the production, the videos, everything is going to change as we do.
if you watch our production, I mean, I think that's the truth, right, for all of us.
Totally.
Yeah.
But except for maybe Steve and Judy.
They already know what they're doing.
They were
Right.
were professionals
You'd
going
be
into
amazed
it.
I think we
how
all-
much we learn every single
we
episode
all
we put
started
out.
off a little rough, I think.
Yeah,
in the
that's
beginning,
that's true.
Someone else on ours has asked, does anyone have footage they will never release because it's so embarrassing?
Oh, we
No, we put that
release
out.
all the
No.
bad
Yeah.
footage.
Yeah.
Same here. That's another thing I think why what's funny about us is we like literally share the most embarrassing moments.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we actually had a video leaving. The dinghy flipped over. We had a katabatic wind as we went through past the Rock of Gibraltar, which flipped it over. Then something else. We went into Almerimar and got a rope. There was a stray rope that was there, went straight down our prop.
Oh my gosh.
And you
Good,
get comments where
good.
people say, "How do you why did you do that? You're just an embarrassment."
It's like,
Sorry.
Yeah, but I think
But
that's
that
a great thing.
happens.
It does happen.
It
That's
does
the same thing,
happen.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then we say what happens.
We have a bit of a follow-up that's very quick about the YouTube question, and somebody did ask early on ours whether they would be seeing a lot of footage in the future of this trip, and yeah, you will. All of our channels are going to include a lot of cool stories, and Alex touched on it too. That's
Joel
Has come
jumping
out of
off the
this,
spreader. Yeah, that's
Oh,
awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, Joel
Yes, I
jumped
got
off
to
the
jump.
spreader.
Yes, and Herbie had a minor heart attack.
Dived actually.
But-
Dived.
yeah,
It's
but,
even more
yeah.
impressive.
So I
Yes,
got
we
to
all
climb
had
up.
heart
I got to
attacks.
climb up Fair
It's
Isle
actually on our Instagram right
and
now.
jump
if you
off
want
their
to see.
spreaders. It was so awesome.
Oh my
You're
god.
we've got to.
Yeah, we got a question. It was how many of you does it take to sail a 58 foot? So it's 56.
This is a
Yeah.
56-foot boat,
But still, like, it's big.
I think 4 is the minimum.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's what we
Yeah.
said too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Full.
Yeah,
What
so
do you
you
got
need
there, Michael?
one person
no.
steering,
My chat hasn't
one
loaded.
person doing the main sheet because it's like
Whoa.
so far away.
Greg Albright just
Whoa.
sent us $200.
Whoa.
Holy
Wow.
crap!
Wow.
Wow.
Holy
Thank
crap.
you, Greg. What? That's the first.
Oh my
What in
god.
the world?
That's amazing.
Yeah, good for you.
All right, I guess drinks are on us tonight.
Yeah.
So, and then you need like one person on each Genoa sheet because
Oh,
the
yeah.
Genoa is like so heavy to handle. It's such a huge sail.
And
It's,
Joel felt that firsthand how heavy that.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, I will admit. So we had to move the car forward,
Oh,
and
Yes.
Oh yeah.
we had to move it back. So Herbie was at the helm. Josh and I. Josh muscle. He was the muscle. I slid the car back. Success. And then Josh and I were sitting on the inside of the sheet, which is what you want to do. You know, you don't want to be on the outside. That's how you get knocked off the boat. And Josh and I are like, just enjoying our success. And then Herbie just turns into the wind a little, and I'm not blaming Herbie. It's my fault for sure because I was just unaware sitting in the red zone. And the sail left, and the sheet just hit me right in the mouth. And it felt like I got hit in the face by Mike Tyson.
Yeah, we're like going as close to the wind as possible, and I got a little luffing.
Davey actually thinks it's a very
Not
sad
good.
story.
But Herbie is a dentist, and
Yeah.
he actually inspected my mouth. He made sure I got what was your? Why don't you walk him through?
There was a
what-
treatment plan.
So pretty much make sure they don't have a piece of tooth lodged in their lip. Make sure there's no cuts on the lip, which that's a thing. And then little cut, but he did swell up nicely, so he looks good for the live video.
and he told me to
then,
take 4 pills.
Yeah, 4 Advil.
Advils.
So what
right
happens,
away.
you take a lot of trauma to the face, everything starts swelling, your lip gets fat, but then inside the tooth, the nerve starts to swell. And the only blood supply to the tooth is to the bottom of the root, and it's a teeny tiny hole. So if it swells, it'll actually plug up that own hole. or its own hole, and then that's it. The whole nerve doesn't get blood and dies, and then you end up with a root canal. So take 4 Advil right away,
Oh wow.
and then you're good.
And get a dentist to look in your
Yeah, and have them check, make sure there's no fractures or
This
anything
became
like
very
that.
technical, very fast.
It's
About
a how-to
teeth.
video.
Herbie loves to do that. I love talking to Herbie. I'm like, go back. I was following you for a second. What do we got?
Quick
Right,
question,
yeah.
if I can throw
Josh.
in one from Lewis. It is what. And this is an easy one for everybody just to quickly answer, which is what was our favorite part of this week?
Ooh,
Oh,
Ooh.
that's not easy at
that
all.
is
Well,
very easy.
Not an easy
Also
answer,
very
but
yes.
I already.
Alright.
Okay, well,
I
for
think
me
it's
it's
gonna
easy.
be different
So-
for each individual
Yeah.
person. I think.
All right, so we only knew the bums, and everyone else was new to us, and it was so cool, like meet all these new people, and then they were all awesome. So like it's just been like an awesome week, just going around with like a bunch of new friends, and yeah,
I would say the
It was
same
great.
actually.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
just everyone's gonna
The-
say that.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
company
Yeah.
was
That's the best
absolutely.
yeah.
It was
Dang
really
it.
funny because
That's a good
yesterday evening
answer.
we had a bonfire.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Guys, this is actually, we've been here for 6 days and I wasn't annoyed for 1 second by anyone. And Herb went like, I'm not sure if that was sarcastic.
Yeah, there was no drama.
Yeah.
It's
Which is-
amazing.
Which is gonna make for a terrible video.
Yeah. We wanted to do.
True.
Yeah, we wanted to do
No,
below deck
apart
kind of
from your
stuff.
injury.
We wanted to do kind of like a below deck documentary thing, like, but nobody freaked out.
Yeah.
Nobody made out with not the partner that they're supposed to make out with.
Boring.
Boring.
That's why Below Deck is a major network special.
As far as places we've gone, though, I think for me the kind of my favorite experience was Delos.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
seeing the
it's
because we're in Greece, right? And
I haven't gone.
If you're like a major nerd like I am,
Alex stayed on the boat for that one.
Alex didn't go.
He's not a big fan of
I
old,
don't know why, but he
old
didn't want to
buildings.
come.
Man, it's just rocks.
For those who
Oh
don't
my
know-
god! No.
Just old rocks.
Wait, he was doing me a favor so I could go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for those who don't know, Delos is an ancient island. It's
It
not
is,
just
yeah.
the odd ruin, it's the
2,500 years.
whole thing, 2,500 years old.
And
It
I
is
mean,
mind-blowing.
it was the birthplace of
Athena.
Athena and Apollo. Not Athena, Artemis.
Artemis.
Artemis and Apollo,
Yeah,
the twins. So, you know, we've been getting some Greek mythology in here. It's been really cool. I've been geeking out.
And I'll give my favorite part. Probably last night, whenever we had a bonfire on the beach,
Yeah, that
and
was
we all had a little bit much to drink, and then it was about midnight. We were hungry, but we were anchored like a little more than a mile, right?
Yeah.
From the town. We were in a little cove. We're a mile from the town. I tell the guys, I say, "Oh, I'm just gonna paddle over there on a paddle board." So I
Captain
start-
America style.
I start paddling over there.
Did you have a light?
No
No.
light.
Oh my god.
No life jacket.
It wasn't
Don't
just.
try this at home.
And it wasn't just like along the coast. It's actually across this like big bay.
Yeah.
So, but it luckily was completely flat. I'm paddling over. I tell the other people, I'm like, well, racer. They take the dinghy, and then we end up getting to the dock at the exact same time. We go into town. We run around trying to find anything that
Three of
was
us
open.
didn't have shoes.
Yep. I took some video of our feet that became completely black on the bottom, and then we found some food. What do we have? Pizza.
Pizza.
We had
Three
pizza.
big pizzas last night.
And we
Kind
were
of
here at the boat.
after drinking food
Wait
kind of
for
thing.
Blackie.
Oh, one per, just real quick while I'm going, somebody says, any good food? Oh my
Oh
God.
my god!
yes.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, if you haven't been here, the food
Souvlaka.
is
Just,
amazing.
just Google
Souvlaki.
souvlaka.
And the
Souvlaki.
year
Souvlaki. Souvlaki.
Which souvlaki is why we went across the bay in the first place.
Yeah, and we
Yeah.
never
We
found
wanted
it.
souvlaki.
unfortunately.
Herbie's been on the search for souvlaki for almost 24 hours.
I
Yeah.
know, we're
Yeah.
definitely getting it for dinner.
Jeez.
Yeah.
And very quickly, Herbie, another one. Did you have a router when you went across the Atlantic? Did you
A
hire
router?
someone?
Oh, it was me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought I knew the
Oh,
answer.
yeah. For those of
It
you
was
who are
Herbie.
in the US, router means router. I
Yeah,
think.
it took me.
Around something you take it
Now
to.
that
It took us
Yeah.
a sec
So,
too.
so everyone's way of getting the weather is to go on to what's your all's favorite app?
Predict Twins.
All right.
Dick
Yeah.
wins.
And
Predict wind.
I step outside. I look up.
Herbie can smell the weather.
He's been teaching
My
us
hair
stuff
stand
about
up.
Sniffs it.
Yeah, no, he's incredible.
He licks his fingers.
He checks the weather by looking at the sky. It's like obvious, but no one else here has that skill, do we?
It's why it's
No.
called the weather eye.
Well, he
Yeah.
goes like,
Yeah.
you see that cloud? It's pink. I'm like, Nope.
That means a high pressure is coming.
I have a question
I've learned a lot.
that kind of leads into this. Do you think that you're getting along better because you're already living on a sailboat than a crew that just met for a charter week?
Totally.
Yes.
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 Totally.
We all have that in common, don't we?
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
of us
How
have
much
that in common.
how much water do we have left?
We have
So much.
Three
Over half a
quarters
tank.
of a
So what's that?
Yeah.
5,000 liters or 500 liters?
We have
No, we had
1,000.
1,000, so we have 750 liters left.
750
And
liters
you gave
left.
us a couple of big jerry cans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Yeah.
So there's one.
yeah.
So I bet like only sailors would not use water that much. Like,
Right, and we all do the same thing. Turn it off, turn it on, turn it off.
Yeah.
Like that would have led to some arguments if like you used up all our water,
Right.
Yeah.
but like it's not an issue.
Yeah.
That being said, there are ports like George from the charter company showed us where we can refill our water tanks and diesel tanks all over,
Like
and
every
we
single
just
port.
never pulled into a port.
Yeah,
No.
we anchored
We
everywhere.
anchored every time. Yeah.
Yeah.
So other thing.
Wait,
we're
big
hardcore.
thank you to Karg. I hope I'm saying it. Karg Pierre.
Wait. German. How do you say that?
What group?
The
That's
last-
not German.
That's not.
what is it?
But it has the A with the umlaut.
Well, thank you so much for
Yes,
the $5.
thank you. Thank you, Carl.
Yay!
We got another question from
Yeah.
Patrick. What was the protocol for gaining entry to Greece?
That's actually a really good question because
Wow.
a lot of people thought we were all super crazy for trying to get into Greece right now because COVID is still very much a thing,
Yeah.
Especially for travel restrictions. I think we all were required to be vaccinated.
Yeah.
Double
Not
vaccinated.
required,
Yeah.
but it did make it easy.
Yeah, either you
Yeah.
had a ton
More
of
or less
paperwork
requirement.
Yeah.
or a vaccine card.
Right.
Yeah. So
You
double vaccinated, you fill in the personal locator forms as you do with any other country, and then that was it.
It was
easy.
easier than we thought it would
Yeah.
be.
I don't think
Yeah.
it's
I
too
think you
difficult
can
at
also
all.
still do it tested if you don't have a vaccination.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can
How
get
easy
tested.
it is outside Europe. I mean, we came from
Right.
Germany, which was not that hard.
Yeah.
Because we're inside Europe. I think for
Right.
America might be a bit more paperwork than for us.
So we got 3 of us came from the U.S. These guys were already here.
We were here, but that's how we.
We
yeah.
checked,
but
we
that's
checked
how
in
you got
Corfu,
in. Yeah,
yeah. As we came
Yeah, we
down
came from Montenegro, checked in on the boat in Corfu.
It's very easy. The Greek
yeah.
check-in. If you're coming into Greece by boat, it's they're very nice. They're not always in lots of countries, so yeah, they are very good here. And, yeah.
The Greeks
Yeah.
like cruisers.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a
They're
cruiser's
used to it.
playground here.
Exactly.
Really.
They're
I
used
mean,
to cruises.
this
yeah,
is
exactly.
the-
It's like
Going
where
through the
sailing
islands.
started. Like
Yeah,
Like
how many? There was
Kirby-
6,000 islands?
Yeah.
Is that what it
6,000,
was? 6,000 islands. I
Kirby
mean,
and I have been in the Caribbean for the past bunch of months, and Joel and Michael are in the Caribbean, and that is the cruiser's playground, right? But honestly, this has been
this is Europe's version.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
Disneyland and
just
Disney
a little
World.
colder.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's been really amazing. I highly recommend it to any cruisers,
Incredible.
especially if you can't get your boat here, just
Yeah.
charter a
Yeah.
boat.
And the
Sail
good
with
thing is you
George.
can.
Sail
Yeah,
with
sail with
George.
George.
Your guy.
And you can do what we did because there are so many islands. So just see. I mean, you don't need Herbie. You could just look at your own clouds and just
Yeah.
say the weather's
Yep.
going this way. We're going to go
Yeah.
there.
I mean,
Yeah,
we
I would-
started here.
Great, go ahead.
We started here with basically no experience.
Yeah.
In March 2019, that's like we bought the boat in Greece. We just said like it's the perfect place, great community of sailors. They're gonna help you.
We did start off in the Ionian, so
Yeah, we
the
started
other
in the
side of the
Ionian.
mainland.
Yeah, yeah.
because
Yeah.
and the
It's a
Ionian
bit
is
So here's the
easier.
question: yeah, what's best, Ionian or
Oh,
Aegean?
for us, Ionian.
Ionian.
Yeah.
It's green. The weather's
Yes.
nicer
Yeah, it's super-
because
it's
there's
super
no
airy
Meltemi.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
So,
very
yeah.
different. I mean, it's been unusual. I think this season, the Meltemi normally by this time would have died down. It's a summer thing really. So from May to October at the latest. But now it's really going strong. It was really hitting us.
Yeah.
From weeks before you came out. So yeah, you have to take that into account if you're coming to Aegean.
Yeah. I
So
was
you're only
looking-
coming for a short time. But
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, it might catch you out
Yeah.
and get
And I
massive
think
wind.
the Ionian is better for that because they don't have these crazy winds.
No.
It's mostly like
It's
a
normally
2 minute
nothing in the
start.
morning and then it falls 4 in the afternoon,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Every day.
So you can sleep in and then have a nice sail.
Or motor where you want to go, and then
Yeah, and then
Hunker
sit out
down.
the wind. Yeah.
depends on your style. You can
Yeah.
do both.
If I could add one little thing, just
Yeah.
not a plug for Sail with George, but it's actually interesting because a lot of people wonder how they can possibly do something like this. and they think it's going to cost them a lot of money even to charter a boat. But the thing is, with Sail with George, he actually rents out like one bunk bed for a solo traveler, or a couple could have two, and it's very affordable. It's like between $700 and $800 per week, and you get a captain, but you do buy your own food throughout the week. But you get to travel around Greece for a whole week on a boat, and it's incredible. And it's a way to do it very economical, because you're only spending a little bit. You're not renting the entire boat for the week. You're just renting the bunk, and you get to know other solo travelers throughout the week. So it's a cool idea.
Really cool.
Yeah.
That would be a cool
And it's
experience.
literally the same experience that we've had, basically, because you'd be getting on a boat with a bunch of strangers, essentially, and going sailing. And I mean, for us, it's been amazing. I think we'd all recommend it. And I'm actually going to put the link to sailwithgeorge.com in the chat. Boop.
Looks
right
like
now.
we lost rigging doctor.
Yeah.
So you guys can check out
Ours is
sailwithgeorge.com.
frozen.
If anybody's interested in Greece, you know,
back on?
it's there.
Yep.
We've got about, what,
3 minutes.
left?
We're trying to keep this at an hour, guys, so it's near and down. Any questions? If anyone has questions
I think we should take a
for
second.
anyone in the group.
Take a second, and everybody who's on all of these live videos here, take a second and hit like. Because that actually is great for the algorithm. If you just like the video,
Thanks.
that's great, right?
Give them there you go.
There you go.
Come on,
Wait,
let's
do it.
Let's hear your
Yeah.
American impression. Alex does the
Thank
best
you.
American impressions. Let's go.
Yeah. How?
You know, like amazing or
Oh,
give us a like,
guys.
guys. You
What's
know,
up,
one of
man?
those things.
Yeah.
And then take a second also, and if you aren't subscribed to the other channels here, you should all go and subscribe to See the Little
That's
Things,
it.
Bums on a Boat, Josh Post, Sailing Fair Isle, and Rigging Doctor.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Wait, we're gonna wait that out.
We'll wait.
Thumbs ups.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks.
And we're about to premiere our newest
yes.
episode. So it's scheduled for about 15 more minutes. And we've never actually done that before, so I don't know if that watch page is going to come up as soon as I X out of the live feed or not. But it is going out in about 15 minutes, so we're hopefully going to figure out how to premiere that and field your comments as we're all watching it at the same time.
And we already have the last episode of Sailing Farewell that went out yesterday.
Has you guys in it?
Episode 50,
Woo!
51
Yeah.
has
Oh
us all
boy.
in
Fair
it.
Isle,
it.
Fair Isle is unique because they're actually like
Current.
they're current, like their time. Where all the rest of us, you have to kind of look at our Instagrams to see where we are. Which do follow us all on Instagram.
Yes,
check out our Instagram.
And we
Yes.
just got $100 from MV Conundrum.
Holy moly, it says for the Boatyard of
For the Boatyard.
Beers!
Thank
Oh my
you guys.
gosh,
Thank you.
guys,
Having a
you
hell of a
are
party
really
tonight.
cleaning
Let's
up.
go.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we're not gonna be bums much longer.
I
Yeah.
How are you gonna stay true to your story then?
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll just have to give it all away.
Yeah.
I think it's a true story. You know.
Yeah.
Start us
Uh-oh,
bums.
Jason Kane has a question here.
Okay.
Question for the ombre Joel. When you gonna grow another crazy pirate beard?
Stay tuned.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. So it's hard to say.
He's been threatening to
I'm
grow
al-
this
you know,
stuff
I'm
out. I
always-
stopped
I'm always
cutting it.
doing
I
things,
won't
so-
cut it anymore.
That's it.
Yeah, that's
Alright.
you'll just have to stay tuned.
Yep, we'll figure it out.
No idea.
So guys, it is actually possible if you are not watching this in real time, go ahead and leave a question in the comments anyway, and we'll go ahead and answer those on YouTube.
That's a
And
great point.
Yeah, that's
so
a good
yeah,
point.
don't
Yep.
don't feel like this is your only opportunity to ask questions.
Because we could just ask each other.
Yeah.
'cause they're
Yeah,
all here.
yeah.
So that's
Someone
that's-
actually said he was asking about drones. Do we use drones and what's
Oh,
your
yes.
experience? I lost one last week. I've just got another
Ooh.
one.
Oh,
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Joel
Yeah.
almost lost
I
one
almost
this week.
lost one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's
Josh
so easy.
Post is like he's amazing at flying drones. He
yeah.
takes it off from his hands and catches it, and
Yeah.
he also like saved me when I was in a bit of a panic.
Also,
Yeah, we
did
got
you
some
guys
great
see
footage this week.
the
Yeah,
I was
comments
gonna
say that,
Andy
Josh.
found? The floats for a
Oh,
drone?
yeah.
Had anybody seen those
Haven't seen
before?
that before, yeah.
Alright.
No, we
Cool
haven't
idea.
seen them.
We
They were
definitely
pretty
gotta try
intriguing.
Yeah.
Andy bought them, he forgot to bring them, so we couldn't try them.
Dang it.
Oh, Andy.
Yeah.
We're going off right now. Do you want to just come say hi?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, here goes. This is the
Oh.
man, the legend himself, who made all of this
$50
possible.
from Alex Nason. Let's go, guys.
Is George still
Oh
Wow.
my gosh.
It's a telethon.
You
Thank
guys
you,
are
Alex.
incredible.
Telethon.
What in
Wow.
the world?
Guys,
This
this
is
is
awesome.
Andy.
There we go.
Andy,
Alright,
you gotta
this is the
go.
guy
You
here.
go
You
in
got
the front.
Andy, go in the front. Go in the front.
in the
Right
front
here,
so
right here.
we can all see you.
Yeah,
Right
just
in
poke
center
in
here.
and look
Just
at
poke
that.
in
So
on
we're gonna
each
look at this
screen.
one.
There's
Okay.
Consider for
Look at all of them.
There's
Yay!
Say hi to
Joel,
our
scoot
phone
down.
here.
Scoot down a bit.
Hello.
Yeah.
Bums on a boat.
Yes, I'm not about. There's Josh post.
Josh posts. What's this one?
This is just me.
Oh, this
This
is
one's in the
one.
back right there. That's us.
That's rigging doctor.
Right
Rigging doctor.
Farewell's up there.
Fair Isle.
And we are in the corner
Cool.
there.
Oh, where are you?
In the corner.
This one.
Yeah.
Oh. Hello. See the little, it's the
Tell
littlest
them
thing.
when they hear your podcasts.
Oh, Greg,
Oh.
thanks for becoming a member.
Cool, yeah.
Oh,
So
yes.
Ocean Cruisers podcast. It's on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all of the usual ones. Yeah, check it out, and then you can hear the interviews of all these guys.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you, Andy.
Bye, guys.
Not together on those occasions though, one at a time.
Yeah.
So it's a bit
Yeah.
easier to
All
right,
right,
shall we
I think
wrap
we'll
it up?
sign off.
Thanks,
Alright, guys,
everybody,
we're
who's
signing
listening.
off now.
Been amazing.
Thanks for checking us out in
Thanks
Greece.
for checking in.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Ours
and-
just turned
and
off on
thank
its
you,
own.
Alex.
Can you hear me
Yeah,
connect again?
I mean,
I can't see Alex.
That's
because
insane.
it's-
All right.
Cool.
Nice.
If you, okay, Joel, if you could hit
Okay.
reconnect
It's
on
a
ours
random.
and then end it.
All right. Here I
Okay,
come.
bye-bye. Or something.
And the
All right,
feed.
That was successful, I think.
Yeah.
Where is it?
Touch the screen.
Wait, and now we gotta end this. Bye, guys.
Oh.
Can you throw my phone over and I'll stop? Oh.
Alright, thanks for
All right,
watching.
look
I
at our
hope you
analytics.
like the other
How do
channels.
you
Wait.
Check them out, and the videos are gonna be
stop
amazing.
streaming?
Don't stop.
Bye, guys.
Okay, bye.
Don't stop it.
Oh, alright, we're gonna stay on
Bye.
that for a sec.
Just for a sec.
Okay, so now
Let's
we
just
have this
Wanna go
up
outside a
next.
bit?
It's really dark.
All right.